Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. My name is Mr. Adebanjo and I want to welcome you to this video on second term examination in Lagos State Public Secondary School, and we are going to be solving for the mathematics question for SS2 class. So we're going to be solving both the objective and the theory for this just concluded second term examination for second term in Lagos State. So before we get it started, if you are here to follow me on this channel, please click on the subscribe button so that you'll be following me, and you'll be notified whenever we post information on this platform. So you can also like the video, then give a thumb up. You can also click on the notification button so that you'll be notified whenever we post information on this channel. After this video, you are going to be solving further mathematics for SS1 student as well. So without wasting much of our time, let's get it started. The first question is what you are seeing on the screen right now, and this question is from a quadratic equation. You have to solve this quadratic equation: x squared minus x minus 2 is equals to 0. So which I believe you know that there are different methods in which you can use to solve this. So but I know that we can solve this by using factorization method, and that's what we have used to solve this question. So what you need to do is to uh use the coefficient of x squared to multiply this constant minus 2, and that will still give us minus 2 because coefficient here is 1. It will multiply this minus 2, that will give us minus 2. So we look for two numbers or two factors of minus 2 that when we multiply together will give us minus 2, and when you add them together it will give us this minus 1 here. And that means the two factors are minus 2 and plus 1. Minus 2 and plus 1. Minus 2 times 1 will give us minus 2, and minus 2 plus 1 will give us minus 1. So in this case, those two factors will replace this minus x here, so you'll be having x squared minus 2x plus x minus 2 is equals to 0. In that case, we can factorize the common factor out of this and this as well. So x is common, we have x into x minus 2 plus 1 is common to this, you can factorize 1 out, so you have plus 1 into x minus 2, and we know that the two brackets are meant to be equal, so equals to 0. So that means x plus 1 and x minus 2, so you pick one of the brackets, equals to 0. So it literally means that x plus 1 is equal to 0, x minus 2 is equal to 0 as well. So therefore you can find value of our x to be minus 1 and x equals to 2. So we discovered that option B is the correct option for question number 1. Question number 2 is on logarithm. We are told that if logarithm of x base 3 is equal to logarithm of 3 base 9, we have to find the value of x. So there are ways in which you can solve this question. One way is to convert this the right hand side to base 3 as well, or this statement here has a meaning. Log 3 base 9 means that how many times can you raise 9 to get 3. That's the meaning of what you're having here. Log of 3 base 9 means how often can you raise 9 to get 3, and that will be half, because 9 raised to power half will give us 3. So that's one way in which you can do that. So 9 raised to power half will give us 3, so I can raise 9 raised to power half to give me 3. So that's the statement, the meaning of this statement. You're having a log 3 base 9. Or another way is that you should convert this base 9 to base 3, and that's what I wrote on the screen right now. We have, if you want to change this to base 3, that would be log 3 base 3 over log 9 base 3. So from there, what's log 3 base 3? That will give us 1. Then log 9 base 3 will give us 2. How often can we raise 3 to give us 9? That will give us 2. So therefore you'll be having log of x base 3 equals to half. Then what does this one mean? This statement means that how often can we raise 3 with this half to give us x? That's the meaning of this logarithm. Logarithm of x base 3 means how often can you raise 3 to give us x? So that means x will be equal to 3 raised to power half. So if you look at that critically, we discover that option D is the correct option for question number 2. Question number 3 is on sequence and series, and it's on exponential sequence, that is GP. You are told that if 36, p, 9 over 4, q are the consecutive terms of an exponential sequence GP, you have to find the sum of p and q. So that means we need to know the value of our p and we need to know the value of our q before we can sum them up. And literally, we have been told that this is an exponential sequence, which is GP. So that means we know that each of this term, so in between two successive terms, they are supposed to have constant ratio. So that means p over 36 should be equal to 9 over 4 over p. So, and that's what we use here. So we are supposed to have constant ratio in between any two successive times. So we have that p over 36, second term divided by the first term should be equal to the third term divided by second term. P over 36 equals to 9 over 4 divided by p. So if you simplify this right hand, you'll be having 9 over 4. You can write this divided by, you can write it like this, p. Then this you can change to times. So you have 9 over 4 times 1 over p. So in that case, 9, that means 9 times 1 give us 9. Then 4 times p give us 4p. So that means you're having p over 36 equals to 9 over 4p. So if you cross multiply there, p will multiply 4p, that will give us 4p squared is equals to 36 times 9 will give us 324. Then you can divide both sides by 4, that will give us p squared equals to 81. Then you find the square root of p, that will give us p, and square root of 81 will give us 9. So technically p, the value of p here is 9. Then if you know that we have to find the value of the constant ratio, now that we know the value of our p, you can find the constant ratio. That will be p over 36. That p is 9. That will be 9 over 36. Then the constant ratio will be 1 over 4. So therefore, we know the constant ratio. That means you can find the value of our q in from there. This is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term. So this is the fourth. Q is the fourth term. So what's the fourth term of a GP? That will be a r raised to power 3. Our a is 36 into r is 1 over 4 raised to power 3. 1 over 4 raised to power 3 give us 1 over 64. Then from there, something can go here. 4 can go here, 4 can go here. That will be 9 over 16. So therefore, our q is 9 over 16. And we have to sum them together. Sum them. So p plus q will give us 9 plus 9 whole number 6. So 9 over 16 rather. And if you add them together, that should give us 9 whole number 9 over 16. So technically, none of the option provided is correct. So I think that's an omission or a mistake made when typing the question. Question number 4 is on coordinate geometry. You have to find the gradient of the line joining points, this coordinate and this coordinate. So we know that if you are finding the gradient of a straight line that join two points given their coordinates, so that means you use our y2 minus y1 over s2 minus s1. So our y2 is 3 and our y1 is 5. So you have 3 minus 5 over our y2 is minus 6 and our y1 is 2. So minus 6 minus 2. So 3 minus 5 is minus 2 over minus 6 minus 2 is minus 8. Minus take care of minus 2 in 2 is 1, 2 in 4 is, so 2 in 8 is 4, so that'll give us 1 over 4. So technically the answer is option D. Question number 5, you have to, the lower and upper end point of a class interval is called the class boundaries. It's closed the class boundary. That is technically in cumulative frequency, or you can also get it in a histogram, either of the two. So the lower and upper end point of a class interval is called the class boundaries. Number 6, two dice are thrown together at once. So the question is from a probability. Two dice are thrown together at once. What is the probability that the sum of the score is 8 or 10. So when you throw two dice, so you know that we have this sample space, and which will give us 36 as the total outcome when you throw two dice. So this is the first die and this is the second die. So everything from here will give us the total outcome or the sample space for throwing two dice. Now, and the question has also find the probability that the sum show is 8 or 9 or a 10 rather. So the addition of this is 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. So these are the favorable outcome when for each showing 8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will give us a probability of 8 is 5 over 36, or means plus, or technically means plus probability of 10. So addition of the sum showing 10 is 4 plus 6, 5 plus 5, 6 plus 4, and that will give us 3 over 36. So in this case, you find the LCM, that should give us 5 plus 3 over 36, and 2 can go, or technically 4 can go. So 4 can go in, and 8, that will be 2. 4 in 36 will be 9. So we have 2 over 9. And that means option A is the correct option for question number 6. Next question is question number 7. And the question is technically from sequence and series as well. The sum of term of a sequence is given as Sn is equal to 2n squared minus 5. We have to find the sixth term of the sequence. You have been given the sum of term. From the sum of term, you have to get 6 times. If that is the case, now to do that, there is a relation between the sum of term and the number of term. The number of term in number of term is equal to sum of term minus sum of term. So the sum of n term minus sum of n term minus 1. The number of term of a sequence is the sum of n term minus sum of n term minus 1. That means we know the sum of term we are given, sum of the n term rather, we are given that. So therefore you can know the sum of n term minus 1. So all you need to do is to put your from in the sum of term given to you, can put n here will be n minus 1 all square minus 5. So I hope you understand what you are doing here. So therefore we know the sum of term, which is this, and we know the sum of term minus 1 is this. So if you replace this here, and sorry, because we are looking for the sum of system, so that means sorry, we are looking for system rather. T6 is equals to sum of n time, which is 2 into 6 square minus 5, which is this, minus open bracket sum of n time minus 1, which is 2 into 6 minus 1 squared minus 5 all squared. If you simplify that further, that will be 36 times 2, that will be 72 minus 5, minus open bracket 6 minus 1 is 5, raised to power 2 is 25 times 250 minus 5. So 72 minus 5 is 67, then 50 minus 5 is 45, that will be 67 minus 45. And if you simplify that further, that should give us 22. So option A is the correct option for question number 7. Question number 8, you have to find the limit of s squared minus s minus 12 is equals uh, when s tends to 2. So forget about the way it is. This question is written. That's a mistake. So this is s squared minus x minus 12. S tends to 2. So you can easily substitute the value of x here. That will be 4 minus 2. That will be what, 2. Then 2 minus 12 give us minus 10. Or better still, we can still solve this quadratic expression by factorizing it. When you factorize it to this extent, put the limit of s to be 2. You see have 2 plus 3, that will be 5. Then 2 minus 4 is minus 2. Times multiply together, that will give us a minus 10. So either of the case, you will still get the same answer. So the option A is the correct option for question number 8. Question number 9 is from equation of circle. We have to find the equation of the circle with center this and a radius of 4 so 3. So we have to find the equation of this circle given this center, the coordinate of the center and the radius of the circle. So we know that when we are given the coordinate of the center of the circle and the radius, you can use this template by using this template. In this case, our A is minus 3 and our B is minus 8 and the radius is 4 so 3. So if you put that into this template, you have S minus open bracket minus 3 squared plus y minus open bracket minus 8 close the bracket, then all square equals to the radius square. Here you have 4 so 3 squared. If you simplify this further, that should give us S plus 3 square plus open bracket y plus 8 square equals to 4 so 3 square means 4 times 4 will give us 16. Then so 3 times so 3 will give us 3. Then 3 times 16 will give us 48. Then in this case, we can open the bracket into this bracket. We open it twice, and we open this bracket twice as well. If you open this bracket twice, you have s squared plus 6s plus 9. Likewise, if you open this one twice, you have y squared plus 16y plus 64 equals to 48. Then we can take the like times this constant, you can bring them together. So you have s squared then y squared plus 6s plus 16y. So you have 9 plus 64 then minus 48. So that should give us s squared plus y squared plus 6x plus 16y plus 25 equals to 0. And if you look at the option provided, we discover that option D is the likely option here. The rest are not correct, but in the option D, this is plus, not minus. So this is plus, not minus. So you can correct that as well. Question number 10 is from a sword. The square of this sword is, you have to find the square of this 3 minus sword 2. So 3 minus sword 2 square will give us 3 minus sword 2 in two places like this. So we can now open the bracket. 3 times 3 will give us 9. 3 times minus sword 2 will give us minus 3 sword 2. Minus sword 2 times 3 will give us minus 3 sword 2. Then minus times minus give us plus. Then sword 2 times sword 2 times sword 2 will give us plus 2. From there, 9 plus 2 will give us 11. Minus 3 sword 2 minus 3 sword 2 will give us minus 6 sword 2. Please, if you don't understand sword very well, there's a video I just dropped in my channel that explain everything on sword from the beginning to the end. You might you may you may reference that videos if you truly want to understand what sword is all about. So that means option D is the correct option, and you can see option D also they added 0 here. Now this is a typographical error. So option D is the most likely option here. Question number 11. You have 2x squared minus 8. You have to find x. So of course there are ways in which you can do this. You can just divide both sides by 2. You have x squared equals to 4. Then find the square root of both sides. That should give us the value of x. Or better understand is that they can collect like times, or take this 8 to this side. You have 2x squared minus 8 equals 0. So you can divide through by 2. That will give us x squared minus 4 equals 0. Then this is different of 2 square. S square minus 4 is the difference of 2 square. That gives us s minus 2 into s plus 2 equals 0. So that means this is equal to 0 and this is also equal to 0 as well. So that means s minus 2 is equal to 0 or s plus 2 is equal to 0. That means in that case s will be 2 or s equals to minus 2. But if you look at the option provided, we only have one option. Option D is the correct option. S equals to 2. Question number 12 is on set. You have set A equal, having 2, 3 as and 5 as the element. Set B 1, 6, 10. You have to find A intersection B, which means that we have to find the element that is common to set A and set B. But you can see that there is no element that is common. So technically, the A intersection B is empty. So it's empty set. So option B is the correct option for question number 12. Question number 13 says that is 1 a prime number? No, 1 is not a prime number. That's a false. Prime number are numbers that are divisible by 1 and itself. But 1 can divide all numbers. So 1 is not part of prime number. Prime numbers start from 2. So option B is not a 1 is not a prime number. So option B is the correct option for question number 13. Question number 14 is you have to find the is from vector. So you have to find the unit vector in the direction of minus 5i plus 12j. So how do you find unit vector? That is a vector given to us over the modulus or the absolute value of the vector. So that should give us this minus 5i plus 12j over, we have to find the modulus of this vector. So that should give us the square root of this square plus this, the square of this as well. So from there we have denominator over minus 5i square will give us 25, because I times I will give us 1. Minus 5 times 5 will give us 25, plus 12j square will give us a 144 as well. 25 plus 144 will give us 169. So square root of 169 is a 13. So we have 1 over 13 multiplied by minus 5i plus 12j, or this over 13. So anyone you can write is the correct option. So correct answer, rather, option C is the correct option if you look at it critically. Question number 15 now. The question is from mean. The mean of 2 comma x plus 2 comma 7 and 9 is 6. So that means the mean of these four data is 6. You have to find the median. So how do we find the mean of number of an ungrouped data? So add the four numbers together, divided by 4, and the value is 6. So from there we can take the like time. 2 plus 2 plus 7 plus 9 will give us 20 plus x over 4. Cross multiply, that will be 20 plus x equals 24. Take the like times, s will be 24 minus 20, so s will be 4. Now that we know the x, so we can find this value, the number that is here. That will be 4 plus 2, that will give us 6. So that means the real data is 2679. You have to find the median. So the middle number in this case is 6 and 7. So what do? You add them together, divided by 2. That will give us 13 divided by 2, and that should give us 6.5. So option C is the correct option for question number 15. Question number 16 and 17 are applicable to this question. So we are going to use this question to solve 16 and 17. So we are given, if 2x squared minus 3x plus 4 is equal to 0, you have to find alpha plus beta. You have to find alpha plus beta. This typographical error as well. This is 2x squared, because it's a quadratic equation. You have to find alpha plus beta. So technically, alpha and beta will be the roots, are the roots of this quadratic equation. And we know that a in this quadratic equation, a will be 2, b will be minus 3, c is 4. So the sum of the roots of a quadratic equation, which is minus b over a, and that should give us minus b over a, and b is minus 3. Then b is minus, you have minus b here. That will be minus 3, because our b here is minus, so that will give us plus 3 over 2. So option C is the correct option for question number 16. Also, you have to find the product of the roots in the equation above. Product of the roots. So that means you are having alpha, beta. Product mean times. That will be alpha times beta. So that gives us alpha, beta. And the product of a root of quadratic equation is C over A. And what's C? C is 4, then divided by 2, which is A. That gives us 2. And option C also is the correct option for question number 17 as well. Quickly, question number 18, we have to evaluate 0.13 raised to power 3, correct to 3 significant figure. Just to evaluate this, then approximate your answer. Technically, the question can be is an approximation. So if you can get the answer of this one using your calculator, 0.13 key will give us 0.002197. Then you have to approximate to 3 significant figure. This is the first significant number, second, and this is the third. Then look at the number after it, which is up to 5. That means round it up to 1 and add it to this 9. So if 7 is up to 5, round it up to 1, add it to the 9, that gives us 0 here. That can give us 2. So that means you're having 0.00220. So to 3 significant figure. And if you look at the option provided, option B is the correct option in question number 18. Question number 19. This is the simplification of a fraction. It's quite simple. This is a mixed number divided by a mixed number times open bracket 3 over 4 plus 1 over 3. All you need to do is to further convert each of these mixed number to improper fraction. 4 times 3 give us 12 plus 1, that gives us 13 over 3 divided by 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1 is 13 over 4 times open bracket. We can find the LCM of this bracket. That should give us 12. 4 in 12 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 4 in 12 is 4. Sorry, 3 in 12 is 4 times 1 is 4. So this one will give us a 9 plus 3. So 9 plus 4, that will give us 13 over 12. So technically, we can change this division to times as well, but this one going on, coming down. So we have 13 over 3 times 4 over 13 times 13 over 12. 13 can take care of 13. 4 can go in 12. That will be 3. So that will be, you are left with 13 over 9. And that should give us one whole number, 4 over 9. Excuse me. So option D is the correct option for question number 20. Sorry, question number 19. Question number 20 is from function. It's from functions. We are told that f of s plus 2 is equal to s cubed plus minus 2s squared plus s plus 7. We have to find f of 1. So it's quite simple if you understand what function is all about. If f of s plus 2 is this, so you have to find f of 1. So that means you'll be having f of s plus 2 equal to f of 1. From there, you can find the value of our x. So you'll be having s plus 2 equals to 1. That means s will be equal to minus 1. So from then I can now find the value of f of minus 1. And that will be, you replace anywhere you see x and you put it minus 1. So you have minus 1 cube minus 2 into minus 1 square plus minus 1 plus 2. So from there, minus 1 cube is minus 1. Minus 1 squared is minus 1. That will be plus 1 times minus 2. That will give us minus 2. Then here you're having minus 1 times 1 minus times plus, give us minus. That will give us minus 1 as well, plus 7. And so minus 1 minus 2 minus 1. That will be minus 4 plus 7. And that will give us 3. So option C is the correct option for question number 20. So literally we still have like a 30 objective question to solve more in this further mathematics for examination for public secondary school in Lagos State, SS2 students. So we are solving the objective and the theory question for this just concluded second term examination. So once again, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please click on the subscribe button in the channel, and you can give this video a thumb up. Click on the notification button so that you'll be notified whenever we post information on this platform. Quickly, question number 21 now. You have to solve these inequalities, these quadratic inequalities. So it's quite simple. Solve this quadratic expression on the left hand side. So if you solve it using any method, I know this can be solved using factorization method. So by looking for the factors minus a, which is that you can multiply together to give us a minus a. When you add them together, give us minus 2. That will be minus 4 plus 2. And that's what you are having here. This is s squared minus 4s plus 2x minus 8 is greater than 0. And you factorize, then you have s into s minus 4 plus 2 into s minus 4 greater than 0. So that will be s plus 2 into s minus 4 greater than 0. If you split them, you have s plus 2 greater than 0 or s minus 4 greater than 0. So in this case, this one comes here, it become negative. So that will be, you have s less than minus 2, or s is greater than 4. Sorry for this. This is 4, not 0. S is greater than 4. So that means if you look at it, option A is the correct option for question number 21. Question number 22. If s plus 3 is a factor of this polynomial s cubed plus 3s squared plus nx minus 12, where n is a constant, find the value of n. So we are told that this is a factor of this. So what does that literally mean? If this one divide this polynomial, it should give us 0 because this is a factor of this. So therefore, from there you can find the value of our x. So s plus 3 equals to 0, as this polynomial is equal to 0 because this is a factor of this. So s will be uh, s is equals to minus 3. So from there, if you substitute the value of minus 3 into this polynomial, then you are supposed to get 0. So from there, if you put that here, you have minus 3 cube plus 3 into minus 3 square plus n into minus 3 minus 12 equal to 0. From there, if you simplify for that, minus 3 cube is minus 27, minus 3 square is 9 times 3 is plus 27, minus 3 times n give us minus 3n minus 12 is equal to 0. So minus 27 plus 27 give us 0. So you are left with minus 3n minus 12. So from there, we can collect light, and that will give us minus 3n equals to 12. Divide both sides by minus 3, that gives us n to be minus 4. Option D is the correct option for question number 22. Question number 23, this is on indices. You have to simplify this indica expression. You have 216 raised to the power minus 2 over 3 times 0.16 raised to the power minus half. So from there, we can change this to an index form. That will be give us 6 raised to the power 3, or you can just find the cube root of 216, that will give us 6. So, but you can change this one to index form. That will give us 6 raised to the power 3 raised to the power minus 2 over 3 times. Change this one to a fraction. That will give us 16 over 100 raised to the power minus half. Then based on this minus raised to the power minus 5, that means you can find the inverse of 16 over 100. That will give us 100 over 16 raised to the power half. So 3 will take care of 3 here. That means you have 6 raised to the power minus 12 minus 2 left, which literally means that 1 over 6 square, and that'll give us 1 over 36 times square root of 100 is 10, square root of 16 is 4. So you have 1 over 36 times 10 over 4, which seems to literally mean that this 2 can go here, 2 can go here, 5 over 2. Then multiply it, that will go 5 over 72. But if you look at the what is provided, the option provided, discover that none of the option is correct for question number 23. Question number 24 is from logarithm. You are given that a log of s minus y base 3 is equal to 1, and the log of 2s plus y base 3 equals to 2. You have to find the value of x. So how do we do this? Literally this one means that how often can we raise 3 with this one to give us s minus 1? So that means you'll be having s minus y equals to 3 raised to the power 1, which seems like 3. So you can call that one equation 1. For the second one, as well, you have log of 2s plus y base 3 equals to 2. How often can we raise 3 with these two to give us 2s plus y? That's what it means. So you have 2s plus y equals to 3 raised to the power 2, which is 9. So we have equation 2. So we have to solve this equation 1 and 2 now. And I mean, you are solving them simultaneously. Now we can solve them by using elimination. You have minus y, you having plus y. So you can just add these two equations. You have s plus 2s, that gives us 3x. Minus y plus y is 0. 3 plus 9 is 12. You can divide both sides by 3. That will give us s to be 4. So option D is the correct option for question number 24. Question number 25. Which of the following sets is equivalent to P union Q intersection P union Q? That's question number 25. Now P union Q means that you have to combine all the elements of P and Q without repetition. The same thing you're having here. So the elements here is the same element you're having here. So when you find the intersection, that means you give us the element in this or this. So technically it will still give us a P union Q as well. So that means the answer is option C, P union Q as well. Question number 26. The equation of the circle 3s squared plus 3y squared plus 24s minus 12y equals to 15. You have to find the radius of this equation of the circle. It's quite simple as well. What you do is to make the equation of x squared and y squared to be 1. So you can divide through by 3. When I divide through by 3, that gives us x squared plus y squared plus 8x minus 4y cos of 5. Then you can collect like time. Then we have x squared minus plus 8x plus y squared minus 4y cos of 5. In that case, you're having x squared plus 8x here, so you can complete these squares. You can also complete these squares using complete the square method. So what do? You have the coefficient of x here and squared it. If I have 8, I have 4, then squared it, I'll give you 16. So that means you have x squared plus 8x plus 16. Then the same 16 you add it to the other side as well, because you're having equation here, so you complete the both you add it to both sides. Likewise, this one as well, you complete the square as well. So you have minus 4. When you have minus 4, that gives us minus 2. Then you now square it, that gives us 4. And you add it to both sides. So you have y squared minus 4y plus 4 equals to 5 plus 16 plus 4. 16 here, you add it to this side. Then this 4, so you add it to the other side. Then you can now express this one as a perfect square. That gives us x plus 4 all square plus, you can express this as a perfect square as well. You have y minus 2 all squared equals to, if you add 4 plus 10 plus 16 is 20 plus 5, that's 25. Then if you remember the template of a equation of circle, when you know the coordinate of the center and the radius, that should be x minus a all square plus y minus b all square equal to r square. We don't have any business with the center of the circle. We only have business with the radius. So that means technically our r square will be 25 and our r will be 5 from there. So option D is the correct option for question number 26. Question number 27 is on indica equation. We have a 9 raised to the power 2s plus 1 equals to 1 raised to the power 3s minus 2. So from there we can find the index of 81 rather. That gives us 9 squared into 3s minus 2. From there, the base can take care of the base. You have 2s plus 1 equals to 2 open the bracket 6s minus 4. From there, we can take the like time. That will be 2s minus 6s equals to minus 4 minus 1. So 2s minus 6s minus 4 equals to minus 5. Divide both sides by minus 4. That gives us s to be 5 over 4. So 5 over 4. And if you look at the option provided as well, there is no option that is correct in this case as well. Question number 28. How many ways can 3 prefects, not perfect, 3 prefects be chosen out of 8 prefects? So how many ways can 3 prefects be chosen out of 8 prefects? This is a combination. So this one will give us 8 combination 3. How often can you, so, and we know that we cannot repeat them. A single prefect cannot have the same position. We can't have 2 posts. It's not possible for you to be head boy and also be assistant head boy. No. So that means that will give us 8 combination 3, not permutation. 8 combination 3. So because there's no repetition, so 8 combination 3, if you can press that calculator, that should give us 56 ways. Or if you want to do it step by step, that will give us 8 factorial over 8 minus 3 factorial 3 factorial. So 8 minus 3 is 5. That was 8 factorial over 5 factorial 3 factorial. This you can simplify to 5 factorial. That will be 5 times 7 times 6 times 5 factorial over 5 factorial 3 factorial. So 5 factorial can take care of 5 factorial. We have 5 times 7 times 6 over 3 factorial. 3 factorial is the same thing as 6. So we have 5 times 7 less. That gives us 56 ways. So option C is the correct option. Question number 29 is from trigonometric ratio. We have to evaluate 1 over 1 minus sine 60, leaving your answer in short form. So we know that sine 60 rather. Sine 60 is sort 3 over 2. So sine 60 is sort 3 over 2 because 60 is a special angle. So from there we can find the LCM here. That will give us 2. Then that will be 1 in 2 is 2, 2 times 1 is 2 minus sort 3 over 2. Then this one literally means that you have to find the inverse of this fraction. So if you inverse it, that should give us 2 over 2 man, minus or 3. In this case, if you are very used to, if you understand solve, we know that you cannot leave an answer like this. So that means we need to rationalize this fraction by the conjugate of the denominator. And what is the conjugate of this denominator? That will be 2 plus or 3. You now use that to multiply up and down. So that's what you are having here right now. So you are using the conjugate of this denominator to multiply up and down, which is 2 plus or 3. So in that case, what do we do? So the denominator is a difference of 2 squares. That means you have 2 squares minus so 3 squared. Then you multiply the numerator. 2 times 2 will give us 4. Then 2 times so 3 will give us 2 so 3. Then the denominator you're having 2 square is 4. Then so 3 is 2. So 3 square is 2, is 3 rather. So 3 square is 3. So we have 4 minus 3, that will give us 1. So technically you are having 4 plus 2, so 3. And if you look at the option provided, option D is the correct option. Question number 30, you have to find the variance of 1, 2, 0, minus 3, 5, minus 2, then 4. You have to find the variance of this scatter data or ungroup data. So we know that to find variance of an ungroup data, we have a summation of open bracket s minus s bar squared over n, where x is all this the data and s bar is the mean of the data. So what do you do for them? You need to get the mean of this data by adding all the data together, dividing by the how many data we have here, which is 7. So if you add all these numbers together, we have 7 over 7. That gives us 1. So that means the mean is 1. So you can tabulate the what you're having here. S is here. Then you can find s minus x bar. So that will be 1 minus this one. That gives us 0. 2 minus 1. That gives us 1. 0 minus 1. That gives us minus 1. Minus 3 minus 1. That will give us minus 4. 5 minus 1. It gives us 4. Minus 2 minus 1. It gives us minus 3. 4 minus 1 is 3. Then we have to find the square of this deviation. So 0 square is 0, 1 square is 1, minus 1 square is 1, minus 4 square is 16, 4 square is 16, minus 3 square is 9, 3 square is 9. Then you have to sum it together. So if you sum it, that gives us 52. Therefore, that will give us a 52 over n, which is 7. So that means option A is the correct option for question number 30. Question number 31, you have to find the angle between this vector and this vector. So to find the angle between two vectors, we have a cos theta, not tan theta. Please pardon me for this error. This is cos theta, not tan theta. Cos theta equals to the dot product of these two vector divided by the absolute value of the two vector, multiply them together. Don't forget, this is cos theta, not tan theta. So you may need to correct that from your own hand. So you have to find the dot product of this vector. So we have 5i dot 3i. So dot is another mean, and it's also it means times. So that means give us 15. I cannot multiply j, that will give us 0. So that means I will multiply I, j will multiply j. So 3j multiplied by minus 5j, that will give us minus 15 as well. So over, if you find the absolute value of the denominator, that will be my 5i squared plus 3 j squared. That will give us 25 plus 9. Also here you have a 9 plus 25 as well. So this one you don't need to because if you look at the numerator you have a 15 minus 15 is 0. So 0 divided by the denominator is give us 0. So that means you are having cos theta equals to 0. Then theta will be cos inverse of 0, and that should be 90. So cos inverse of 0 is 90. So option B is the correct option, not option D. So this is an error from our own side, and I've corrected it. It is cos theta, not tan theta. Question number 32 is on mechanics. A particle accelerates at 12 meters per second square and travel a distance of 250 meters in 6 seconds. We have to find the initial velocity of the particle. So you can list out all the variable given. You are given acceleration, we know the distance, and we know the time. So if you try to remember all the equation of motion and base it on what is given to you and what you are looking for, score that this equation of motion will go. You have distance equals to initial velocity times time plus half of at squared. So from there we know the distance, which is 250 meter, equals to time is 6 times u. Uh, Time is 6 times this u, that gives us 6u plus half of acceleration is 12 multiplied by time is 6 squared. So from there we have a 2 in 12 will give us a 6, then 6 times 36 will give us 116. Then from there you can take light, and that will be 250 minus 216 equals to 6u. So where u is the initial velocity we are looking for, so 6u will be 34 and u will be 34 divided by 6, that gives us 5.7 meter per second. So if you look at the option, I think option A is the correct option for question number 32. Question number 33 is from coordinate geometry. We have to find the distance between this point and this point. So distance between this point and this point. So we have it to be the square root of s2 minus s1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So if you are used to coordinate geometry, you know that if you want to find the distance between any 2 points on the Cartesian graph, given the coordinate of the 2 points that the line passes through, we can use this formula. So our s2 is 9. Sorry, pardon me for that. S2 is 5. That we have 5 minus s1 is 2 square plus y2 is 9, and then y1 is 5. So 9 minus 5 squared. So 5 minus 2 is 3 squared. Then 9 minus 5 is 4. Then 4 squared. So we have 9 plus 16. That gives us 25. The square root of 25 is 5. So that should give us the 5 units as the option for question number 33. Question number 34. A ball is thrown vertically upward with a velocity of 15 meters per second. We have to calculate the maximum height to reach, taking g equals to 10 meters per second square. So this question is also from the mechanics, and that is the motion against gravity. The one we saw initially was before the question number 32 was on motion on a horizontal plane. So this is a motion, a vertical motion now. So we know that the initial velocity given is 15 meters per second. Then the the ball is thrown upward. So and at this maximum, when it reaches the maximum height, it will stop initially. It will first of all stop for a second, and at that point where it stops, final velocity is 0. Then h is the height reached. Then g is the acceleration due to gravity, 10 meters per second squared. So if you look at the equation of motion that we can use, we have v square minus v square is equal to u square plus 2gh. But since the ball is thrown upward, that means it's against the gravity. That means this plus will change to minus. So if you now substitute the values, you have 0 here. That will be 0 squared equals to 15 squared minus 2 times 10 times h. So 15 square will give us 225. We take this to this side, that will give us minus 225 equals to 2 times 10 is 20. You have minus 20h at the right hand side. Then you can find the value of h by dividing both sides by minus 20, and that should give us 11.25 meter as the value of the height to reach. So and option C is the correct option for question number 34. Question number 35 is on vector. It's on vector, and we are given this force, and given the direction of the force on a what's it called, on a plane. So we have to express this as a vector rather. So all you need to do is to draw the plane, and this is the vector 14 Newton. Then this is the angle, the direction of the vector 240. This is 90. sorry, going this way, this is 90, 180, 240 with 4 here. So if you draw the line, and this is 14 using the vector, so we need to get the angle the vector make with this x-axis. So we know that from here to here is 240, 270, and from here to here I've been given as 240. That means from here to here will be 30. So if you now resolve this vector along the x component and the y component, so we know that along the vector of this, the resolution of this vector along the x component will be minus, because this side of this plane is a minus, this minus x-axis. So this negative side of x-axis. So you'll be having minus 14 cos theta. So cos 30 rather. So why is it cos? If I draw this side now, this, if I draw a line here, that means you have a right angle triangle. Then we are solving it along x-axis. That will be adjacent over hypotenuse. That will be cos. So that you have cos here. So that means you have minus 14 cos 30. Cos 30 is so 3 over 2. So 2 will go in 14. That will give us a minus 7, so 3 left. So then if you resolve this along the y-axis as well, if you resolve this vector along the this force along the x-axis as well, you discover that along this y-axis, this side is negative as well. So you're having minus, and you'll be having 14 sine 30 because along the y component. So sine 30 is half. So be having minus 14 times 2 times half, and that gives us a minus 7. So which can be written as a column vector, minus 7 so 3, then minus 7. So option C is the correct option for question number 35. Question number 36, you have to find the minimum value of y equals to s squared plus 6s minus 12. So it's quite simple as well. What do? You know that this is a quadratic graph, because of that we are having the y, the independent variable y there. So we know that they are the minimum point of this graph. The gradient of this graph will be 0. So the y ds will be 0. So when I differentiate this, I will have 2x plus 6. So at the minimum point, the y there will be 0. So that means I have 2x plus c equals to 0. So collect like times, I have 2x equal to minus 6. S will be minus 3. So this is the value of x at the minimum value, as the minimum point. So we can find the value of y by substituting the value of s into this equation. So we have y equals to minus 3 squared plus 6 into minus 3 minus 12. So if you open the bracket, you have a 9 minus 18 minus 12. Then y will be, if you simplify that, that will be minus 21. So option A is the correct option for question number 36. Question number 37 is from application of integration as well. You are told that the gradient of a curve at this point is 3s squared minus 4s. You have to find the equation of the curve. It really, literally means that there's an equation that they found the gradient, and the gradient gave us 3s squared minus 4s. So we don't know the equation. They want us to find the equation back. So when they find the gradient of that equation, they got this. So the y ds should be 3s squared minus 4s. If you cross multiply, we have the y equals to 3s squared minus 4x dx. If you integrate both sides, so if you integrate the y, you have y. Then you can now integrate this right hand side. If you integrate 3s squared, that will give us 3s cubed over 3 minus 4s squared over 2 plus c. 3 will take care of 3, you have s cubed, minus 2 will take care of 4 minus 2s squared plus c, where c is the constant. So at this point, you can find the value of our c. At this point, s is minus 2, y is equal to 0. If you put that into this, you have 0 equal to minus 2 cube minus 2 into minus 2 square plus c. Minus 2 cube is minus 8. Minus 2 square is 4. 4 times minus 2 is minus 8 plus c. So technically, minus 8 minus 8 is minus 16. Take it to the other side, that will be c because of 16. Then if you return that, yeah, you'll be having y equals to s cubed minus 2s squared plus 16. So that means the equation we are looking for is this equation. And option D is the correct option for question number 37. Question number 38 is from limit, and it's quite simple as well. You may not go through this rigorous things you have done here, but I think if you substitute this, but we know that the denominator is factorizable. You can factorize it, so that's what we have done here. We factorize the denominator. So when you factorize it, you have s plus 3 over s plus 3 into s minus 4. So plus 3 can cut each other here, so you have 1 over s plus s minus 4 left. So our limit is s tend to 3. You put 3 here, you have 3 minus 4, that gives us minus 1. So 1 divided by minus 1 gives us minus 1. So option A is correct option for question number 38. Question number 39 is from polynomial, and that is remainder theorem. Find the remainder of this polynomial when it is divided by s minus 2. It's quite simple as well. Instead of using the long division method to divide this by this, so no one get the remainder, there's a shortcut to this. The remainder of this polynomial is x is equal to 2. The remainder of this polynomial is f of x is equal to 2. So f of 2, if you put that into this, will give us the remainder. So if if you put f of 2 here, that means you have 5 into 2 cube plus 2 into 2 square minus 2, 7 into 2 plus minus 5 rather. Minus 2 cube is 8 times 5, that gives us 40. 2 square is 4 times 2, 8. Then 7 times 2 is 14, that minus 14 here than that. So if you simplify that for that, you have 29 as the remainder of this polynomial when it's divided by this. Option C is the correct option for question number 39. Question number 40 is on binary operation. A binary operation asterisk is defined on the set of the real number r by a asterisk b equals to minus 1. But find the identity element under the operation asterisk. So we are given the rule a asterisk b equals to minus 1. Remember, when we're talking about identity element, you should have a asterisk e, where e is the identity element equals to a. So if you compare these two rules, a will go with a, e will be equal to b, then our a will be minus 1. So technically, identity element will be minus 1 for question number 40. So option A is the correct option for question number 40. Question number 41 is on from sort. You have to multiply these two sort, then leave an answer in this format. Then you have to find the value of q. So from there, you have to multiply this, then compare both sides. You find the value of our q from there rather. Okay, you multiply, you have sort 3 times sort 3, that give us 3. Sort 3 times sort 2 give us plus sort 6. Minus 5 sort 2 times sort 3 give us a minus 5 sort 6. Then minus 5 sort 2 times sort 2. So that give us sort 2 times sort 2 give us 2 times minus 5, that give us minus 10. If you collect like terms from there, minus 10 plus 3 give us minus 7. Then sort 6 minus 5 sort 6, that is a ball minus 5 balls, that gives us minus 4 balls. So from there you can compare both sides. That means p here will be minus 7 and a q here will be minus 4. So our q is minus 4. That means option B is the correct option for question number 41. Question number 42 is on indices as well. It's on indices. We are having the square root of open bracket minus 1 over 64 raised to power minus 2 over 3. Now the first thing is that we can first of all get rid of this minus here at the power here. So which is talking about we have to inverse this fraction here. We have to inverse this fraction here. If you inverse it, that means 1 will come down, 64 will come up. That will give us 64, minus 64 rather, raised to power 2 over 3. Then from there, this one is saying that we have to find the cube root of minus 64, which is going to be 4. Cube root of minus 64 is 4. So that means you have a 4 squared left here, 4 squared. And a square will take care of the square root here. That means we have 4 left here. So option D is the correct option for question number 42. Question number 43 is from a function. Also, it's from function. Two functions f and g are defined by f of x equals to 3s minus 1. G of s equals to 2s cubed. Evaluate f of g of minus 2. So from there, all you need to find is to probably get your g of minus 2 first. G of minus 2 means that whenever you see in g of x, whenever you see s, you put minus 2 there. That will give us a 2 into bracket minus 2 cube as here. Minus 2 cube is minus 8 times 2 give us minus 16. So this minus 16 here will now will be put into f of x. So technically you'll be having f of g of minus 2 give us anywhere you see f, you put whatever you get as g of minus 2 there. In f of x you have 3s minus 1. So in this x here you'll be having minus 16 will replace this x here. So you have 3 into minus 16 minus 1. If you open the bracket you have minus 48 minus 1. That gives us minus 49. So option A is the correct option for question number 43. Question number 44. Given that inverse of 8 raised to power 2 minus 3y is equals to 2 raised to power y plus 2, we have to find y. So like I said, this is 1 over this. Now what can we do? We can write this as 8 raised to power minus open bracket 2 minus 3y equals to 2 raised to power y plus 2. Or you can see if you can also cross multiply here as well. So regardless of the way you do, you still get the same answer. Then you can find the index of 8 here. That will be 2 raised to power 3. So you're having 2 raised to power minus 3 into 2 minus 3y equals to this. Then the base will take care of the base. So we take care of 2. You're having, if you open the bracket here, you have minus 6 plus 9y equals to y plus 2. Take the like times. Y comes here, you have minus 8. You have 8y rather. Then minus 6 come here, you have 8. So divide both sides by 8. That will give us y to be 1. Option C is the correct option for question number 44. Question number 46 is on function as well. We have to find given this function f of x equals to 1 over 2 minus s, where s is not equal to 2. Because if s is equal to 2, that means this fraction will be undefined. So find f inverse of minus half. All you need to do is to find the inverse function of the inverse of this function. Then you can now substitute this. So how do you find the inverse of a function? F of x means y equals to 1 over 2 minus x. You can cross multiply or inverse both sides. If you take inverse of both sides, you have 1 over y equals to 2 minus x. Or you can say you want to cross multiply, regardless anyhow. From there, you have to make this s the source of the formula. So if I take minus s to this side, become plus s, and take this one to this side, you have s equals to 2 minus 1 over y. Then from there, that means what do? You are finding inverse. Change this one to y and change this one to x. So you have y is equals to 2 minus 1 over x. So therefore, the f inverse of s will be, which is same thing as this y, equals to 2 minus 1 over x. Now that we know the inverse of the function, we can just substitute minus half into it whenever we see x. That will give us a 2 minus 1 over minus half. So literally minus will take care of minus, that will be plus. So we have to inverse half. When you inverse half, that give us 2. 2 plus will give us 4. So from there, option A is the correct option for question number 46. Question number 47, you have to evaluate log 8 base 0.25. That means how many times can you raise 0.25 to give us 8? That's the meaning of this question, or that's the meaning of this log. Log 8 base 0.2 means how often can you raise 0.25 to give us 8? So there are ways in which you can do this. It's very simple. You can convert it base to a fraction that gives us 25 over 100. Then 25 can go in 100. That would be 1 over 4. So we don't know the answer. You can say the answer is x. So it means that we can raise 1 over 4 raised to power s to get x. So 1 over 4 raised to power equals to 8. Change this one to an index for you have 2 raised to power minus 2 raised to power s, because this 1 over 4 means 4 raised to power minus 1. So minus 1 multiplied by s will give us minus 1. Then change this 4 to an index for that gives us 2 raised to power 2. 2 multiplied by minus s give us minus 2x equals to 8. Then change this 8 to an index for that gives us raised to power 3. Base will take care of the base. You have minus 2s equals to 3. Divide both sides by minus 2. That will give us s to be minus 3 over 2. And if you look at the option provided, option D is the correct option for question number 47. Question number 48, you have to simplify this in Dika expression. We have 8 raised to power n times 2 raised to power 2n over 4 raised to power 3n. Please, we have adjusted the question. This is not how it's supposed to be, but this is how it's supposed to be. Now, from there we can find the index of 8, that gives us raised to power 3 times n, that gives us raised to power 3n times 2 raised to power 2n over, we can also find the index of 4, that gives us 2 raised to power 2, then 2 multiply 3n, that gives us 6n, yeah, 2 raised to power 6n. We can apply law of indices to the numerator because they are having the same base and we are multiplying them. So we can pick one of the base and add the power together. That will give us 2 raised to power 3n plus 2n, and that will give us 2 raised to power 5n divided by 2 raised to power 6n. We can also apply law of indices here as well because we're having the same base and division is here, so we can subtract the base, sorry, the power rather. That gives us 2 raised to power 5n minus 6n. That gives us 2 raised to power minus n. So option A is the correct option for question number 48. Question number 49 is from, we are given that alpha is 1 and beta is 2. Find the equation. So that is we are given the two roots of a quadratic equation. We want to find the quadratic equation back. We are given the root of a quadratic equation, then to find the equation back. So when alpha and beta are the root of quadratic equation, there is a template you can use, which is to get the equation back. There's a template you can use, that will be s squared minus sum of the roots multiplied by s plus the product of the roots. Sum of the roots alpha plus beta will give us 1 plus 2, that will give us 3. Product of the root, that is alpha beta, that will give us 1 times 2, that will give us 2. If you put that into this template, you have s squared minus 3, because alpha plus beta is 3 multiplied by s, that gives us 3s. Then alpha beta is 2 plus 2 equals 0. So if you look at the option provided, option A is the correct option for question number 49. The last question for objective question, we have to, this question is on sequence and series, and that of it is from arithmetic progression. The sum of the first 3 terms of an arithmetic progression is 18. If the first term is 4, we have to find their product. So we want to find the product of all the 3 terms. So the first thing is to know you have to get each of the terms for the 3 terms. You know the first term, you need to know the second term and the third term. In this case, you only know the first term, which is 4. But we are told that when you sum all the 3 terms together, you get 18. So the sum of term in an AP is n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1d. So we have to sum 3 terms together, which is 18, equals to number of times we are summing is 3 over 2 into 2 times first term is 4. Our a is 4 into 3 minus 1 d. Then 18 equals to 3 over 2. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2d. Then from there, you can cross multiply or multiply both sides by 2. That gives us 36 equals to, we are left with 3 here. That will be 3 times 8 will give us 24. 3 times 4, 2d give us 6d. Collect light, and that will be 6d equals to 36 minus 24, that will be 12. Divide both sides by 6, that gives us d to be 2. So if the common difference is is 2, then we know that the first term is 4. Second term of a AP is a plus d. That will be 4 plus 2, that gives us the 6. And the third term is a plus 2d. That gives us a 4 plus 2 times 2 is a 4. And that gives us 4 plus 4, that gives us 8. That means the first term is 4, second term is 6, and the third term is 8. Because I also find their product, that means multiply them together. That will be 4 times 6 times 8, that gives us 192. So option D is the correct option for question number 50. So we have just concluded the objective questions, the 01 to 50 question. Now we have concluded, we have solved for further mathematics second time examination question for SS2 in Lagos State. So we are going to start the theory shortly, but if you have not subscribed to this channel, please click on the subscribe button right now, and you can give the thumb up to this video. and you can click on the notification button as well, so that you'll be notified whenever we post information on this channel. So quickly, let's solve the theory question. Now the question number 1 for the theory says that you have to find the coordinates at the center of the circle and the radius of the circle when given, if you are given the equation of the circle to be x squared plus y squared minus 4x plus 2y plus 4 equals 0. So if you have been following this video from the beginning, there's one of the question or an objective question that we have solved like this. So there's one of the questions we have solved that we got the coordinate of the center and the radius. So we are still going to follow the same principle here. So this is the equation of the circle. We have to find the coordinate of the center and the radius. What do? We can collect like times here. That will be x squared minus 4s plus y squared plus 2y. Then take the constant to the other side. That will be minus 4. Then you can complete this square as well. If you have minus 4 here, that will give us 2. Then square it, that will be plus 4. If you have plus 2 here, that will give us 1. Then square it, that will give us plus 1 as well. Then this 4 here, you add it to this other side. Then 1 here, you add it to the other side. That means you have this equals to minus 4 plus 4 plus 1. So you can now change s squared minus 4s plus 4 into a perfect square. That will give us s minus 2 all squared. Plus change y squared plus 2y plus 1 to a perfect square as well. That will give us a y plus 1 all squared equals to 1. Then if you remember the template of a equation of circle, giving the coordinate of the center and the radius, that will be s minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals to r squared. So if you compare this and this, you will be able to know the value of your a. A will be 2 and b will be minus 1. Then r, what will be our r? If you find the square root of both, r is equal to r squared equals to 1, then r will be 1 as well. So the coordinate of the center is a comma b, which same thing as 2 comma minus 1, and radius is what? 1 unit as well. So that's solution for question number 1. Question number 2 is from probability. You are told that 2 dice are thrown. Find the probability of getting the same number, total score of 10, at least 10 as well. Also in the objective question as well, we have solved a question that's related to these 2 dice being thrown. Then how do we do that? All you need to do is to get the sample space for throwing 2 dice. This is the first die, this is the second die. So this is the sample space for throwing 2 dice. 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2. That is, when I throw 2 dice, the first die can show 1 and the second die can also show 1. That gives 1 comma 1. The first die can show 2. Sorry, the first die can show 1. Second die will show 2, 1 comma 2. This one show 1, this one show 3, 1 comma 3. This one show 1, this one show 4, 1 comma 4. This one show 1, this one show 5, 1 comma 5. This one show 1, this one shows 1 comma 6. So also it's possible this one will show 2, this one will show 1, 2 comma 1, and so on like that to the last. So if you count all these outcomes, you have 36. So that means total outcome for throwing 2 dice is 36. So question said that we have to find probability that of getting the same number. And what is probability of an event? Probability of an event is favorable outcome over total outcome. That's the formula of find probability. With this formula, we can find and you can solve any question on probability. So probability of same number is equal to same number. Let's look at the same number here. You can see we have 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, 4 4, 5 5, 6 6. Those are the favorable outcome. How many are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So probability of getting same number is favorable outcome is 6 over total outcome, which is 36. So 6 can go here, 6 can go here, that will be 1 over 6. Probability of getting a total score of 10. Total score of 10. Let's get that. This is 4 plus 6 give us 10, 1. 5 plus 5 give us 10, 2. 6 plus 4 give us 10. No other one can give us 10 if you add them together. So we have a 1, 2, 3. So that favorable outcome here is 3 over total outcome, which is 36. That gives us a 1 over 12. Then at least 10. Probability of getting at least 10. The minimum is 10. It could be 10 or greater. So the number that we show is at least 10. So 10 or greater. This is the favorable outcome is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6. Those are the favorable outcome. At least 10. That means it could be 10 or greater than 10. This is 10, 10, 10. This is 11, 11, then 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the two favorable outcome for showing at least 10. So we have 6 over 36 as well. That gives us a 1 over 6 as well. So that's solution for question number 2. Let's see question number 3. Question number 3 is on motion, vertical motion against gravity. An object is projected vertically upward with a velocity of 8 meters per second. Find the maximum height reached, then the time taken to return to the point of projection, taking g to be 10 meters per second squared. Like I said, the question is on motion against gravity. So what are we giving? You are giving the initial velocity to be 80 meters per second. Then we are told that the object is thrown vertically upward. At the maximum height, the final velocity will be 0. Then the height we don't know. We are given the gravity. So we are looking for the maximum height reached. So all you need to do is to remember one of the equation of the motion that one of the equation of motion that have height height. So we have two of them that have height. So but this one is the one that is related to what is given to us. We have v square equals to u square plus 2gh. Why does it be? Why are we putting minus here? Because it is against gravity. So this one will change to minus. So final velocity is 0 squared equals to initial velocity is 80 squared minus 2 times g, which is 10 times h. So 80 squared is 6,400 minus 20h. Collect light time, that will give us 20h equals to 6,400 divided both sides by 20. H should be 320 meters. So the maximum height reached by the object is 320 meters. Also, we have to find the time taken to return to the point of projection. So when I throw an object upward, the time taken to go up is same thing as the time taken to come down. So the time taken, if the time taken to go up is 2, it is also 2 seconds rather. It also used 2 seconds to come down as well. So that means the time taken to return back to the point of projection will be 2 plus, so that gives us 4. So in this case, how do we get the time taken to return to the object point of projection? We use one of the equation of the motion, the one that have time. So we have v is equal to u plus gt. Or why is it g? Because we are having acceleration due to gravity. So we know that this plus will change to minus because the object is thrown against gravity. So we have 0 because our v is 0 at the maximum height. Final velocity is equal to 0 equals to 80 minus 10t. Take light and you have 10t equals to 80, then t will be 80 divided by 10, that will be 8 seconds. So that's the time taken to go up. Then the time taken to come down will be also be 8 seconds. So the time taken to go up and come down to the point of projection will be 8 seconds. Question number 4 is on sword. Like I said earlier, if you really want to understand sword very well, there's a recent video I dropped in my channel. It's a full course on sword. If you want to understand sword, everything on sword, you may you may reference that video. I know your life will never remain the same if you your knowledge on sword will never remain the same if you go through that video. So you have to simplify this sword. This divided by this, multiplied by this, divided by this. So like I said, this sword is multiplying this sword. This is multiplying this as well. That is what you are having there. Now, if that should be the case, there are way of doing there are many ways, but I did it like a layman. I did it like the way a layman should do it because you don't. Some of you may not understand the principle of sword. So what will happen? I put it in brackets, saying that everything here is multiplying everything that is here. So this bracket, this one will multiply this, then this will multiply this. So 2 sword 2 times 2 sword 2. That means 2 times 2 give us 4. So 2 times 2 will give us 2. Then that 2 times 4 give us this 8 we are having here. So technically 2 times 2 will give us 8. Also 2 times 2 here as well. Normally we are supposed to add this one together. 2 plus 2 will give us a 4. But nevertheless, if you don't do it that way, you can see multiply, it will give you the same answer. That means you have 2 times 2 as well. That will give us 8 here as well. Then 3 times 2. That means 3 times 2 give us 6. So 3 times 3 give us 6. That is 3 times 2 here will give us 6 here. Then 3 times 2 here will give us 6. So 3 times 2 will give us 6 as well. Then over the denominator, will multiply the denominator as well. Denominator, denominators are different of two squares. So there's a way there's a shortcut to solving this, but I want to believe you don't understand, you don't know, probably you don't know sort. That's why I just open the bracket normally. 4 sort 2 times 4, 4 sort 2 will give us a 32. That is 4 times 4 will give us 16. So 2 times 2 will give us a 2 times 16, that give us 32. 4 sort 2 times 2 sort 3 will give us 8 sort 6. Minus 2 sort 3 times 4 sort 2 will give us minus 8 sort 6 as well. Then minus 2 minus times plus will give us minus. 2 times 2 give us 4. So 3 times 3 will give us 3 times 4 give us minus 12. Then from there we can collect like times. 8 plus 8 here will give us 16. Then sort 6 sort C plus 6 sort C will give us 12 sort 6. Then 8 sort 6 minus 8 sort 6 will give us 0 here. Then we are left with 32 minus 12. That will give us 20. So also something is common to this. You can factorize 4 here. You have 4 into 4 plus 3 so 3 over 20. 4 can go in 20. That will give us 5. Then we have 4 plus 3 so 6 over 5 as this our answer for question number 4. Then the last question, which is question number 5. We are given that 2x squared plus 5x minus 2 is equal to 0. We have to find the sum of the roots of this quadratic equation. We also to find the product of the roots as well. Then at what point is the graph cutting the y-axis? We also to find that. Then we have to solve this one number 5b as well. Let's see step by step. Now, to find the sum of the root of quadratic equation, so you can find our a is 2, our b is 5, then c is minus 2. So if alpha and beta are the root of the quadratic equation, so the sum of the root will be alpha plus beta, and sum of the roots of quadratic equation is same thing as minus b over a. So equals to what's our b? Minus our b is 5, so we have minus 5 over our a is 2, so we have minus 5 over 2. Then the product of the root, which is times, that will be alpha beta, is same thing as c over a. That will be minus 2 over 2, that gives us minus 1. Then at what point is the graph cutting the y-axis? So the graph cut the y-axis when s is equal to 0. So we know that at the point at the y-axis represent s is equal to 0. So that's where the graph is going to cut the graph will cut the y-axis at s equal to 0. So if you put that into this equation, y is equal to 2s squared plus 5s minus y. Because why we having y? Because you are talking about graph. So that means you have y is equal to 2 into 0 square plus 5 into 5 minus 5 plus 5 times 0 minus 2. This becomes 0 0 minus 2. So y be minus 2. So that means what at this point 0 comma minus 2 is where the curve called the y-axis. At 0 comma minus 2, that's because our s is 0, our y is minus 2. Do we understand that? Then question number 5b. If f of s is 6s cubed plus 13s squared plus 2x minus 5 and f of minus 1 is equal to 0, find the factors of f of x. So we have to find the factors of this cubic polynomial. If f of minus 1 is equal to 0, so of course we can check if f of s is 1 is equal to 0, that means f of s equals to 1 is a factor of this is a factor of this polynomial. So if f of minus 1 equals 0, that means s equals to minus 1 is a factor of this. Therefore, also s plus 1, if you take this one to this side, that means s plus 1 is also a factor. So that means if I divide this by this factor, that means I'm supposed to get 0. So that means that's what I've done. Don't forget that cubic polynomial will not have just one factor. You have to get the factors. That means you have to get 3 factors. One of them is this s plus 1. Then how do we get the remaining 2? Use this one to use this factor to divide this polynomial using the long division. So we have this divided by this x in s cube. So s in 6s cube, that gives us 6s squared. Then 6s squared multiplied by x, that gives us 6s cube. This times this will give us a plus 6s squared. Then introduce minus, that will give us this become minus, this become minus. 6s cube minus 6s cube give us 0. Then this one become minus here. You have 13s squared minus 6s squared. That will give us 7s squared. Then bring 2 plus 2s down. Then x in 7s squared as well. That will give us a plus 7x. Then 7x times s squared times s will give us 7s squared. 7s times 1 will give us plus 7x. Then introduce minus as well. This one become minus, this also become minus. So 7s minus 7s will give us 0. 2x minus 7s will give us minus 5x. Then return the minus 5 down here. X in minus 5x, that gives us a minus 5. The minus 5 times s will give us a minus 5x. Then minus 5 times 1 will give us minus 5 as well. Then introduce minus as well. This one become plus, this one become plus as well. So minus 5x plus 5 minus 5x plus 5x give us 0. If you introduce minus, you have to introduce minus here. This one becomes plus, this one becomes plus. Then if you add them together, then this becomes 0. So it is 0 because this is a factor of this polynomial rather. So therefore, when we divide this one by this polynomial, cubic polynomial, we have this quadratic expression, which is 6s squared plus 7s minus 5. So we can now simplify this quadratic expression to get 2 factors now. How do we do that? So you can use factorization method to solve this. So 6 multiply minus 5, that gives us a minus 30. You look for 2 factors of minus 30 that you can multiply together to give us a minus 30, and when you add them together, give us plus 7. And those are these 2 factors as plus 10 and minus 3. Plus 10 and minus 3. So we have a plus 10 and minus 3 here. So we have plus 10 minus plus 10x minus 3s, and that will give us this plus 7x. So therefore the expression becomes 6s squared plus 10x minus 3s minus 5. Then if you factorize, 2x is common here. So if sorry, 3s, pardon me, 2s is common here. That means you have 2s into bracket. 2s in 6s squared, that gives us 3x plus 2s in 10x, that gives us 5. Then minus 1 is common to this. You can factorize minus 1 out into 3s plus 5. So if you bring 2s plus minus 1 together, you have this into 3s plus 5. So that means the remaining 2 factors is 2s minus 1, 3s plus 5. So all the factors of this cubic is we have s plus 1, which is this. Then 2s minus 1, which is, and 3s plus 5. So that's the solution to question number 5. So that's the solution. That's the solution to all the objective questions and the theory questions for further mathematics second time examination for SS2 students in Lagos State. So in the next video, you are going to be solving the further mathematics question for second time in Lagos State for SS1 students as well. So I want you to stay tuned for that video, and please, before we go, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please click on the subscribe button right now in the channel, and you can give a thumb up to this video if you like it, and also click on the notification button if you have not, so that you'll be notified whenever we post information on this channel. So you can help us to share this video with students in Lagos State or any student outside Lagos State who are in SS2 and they are in great need of this video. Share it on different platforms so that it can reach a wider audience. So as you do so, may the good Lord bless you. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye and God bless you.